Okay, good morning, folks. And I wanted to talk a little bit about the Apple oven trade. And it's about 5:30 a.m. Eastern Time. So I'm kind of obsessing about what to do, how to manage this position, considering that we have a extended weekend. If you consider Friday being a half a day with very, very light volume, and obviously we're closed on Thursday. If I forget, happy Thanksgiving to everyone. So we're obviously long a put spread. Therefore, we're subject to time decay. I mentioned this last night on Market Wrap. So we need to talk about confidence. How confident are we, or am I, in the trade? And when you take a look at the overbought indicators on a daily chart, they're not as overbought as what they were. But if you take a look at them on a weekly and monthly chart, this thing is ridiculously extended and overbought. And even on a daily chart, when you take a look at ADX, we're at about 69 on the ADX signal line, which implies, some would say, well, it implies it's a strong trend, Bob. Well, it also implies that it's unsustainable. So I'm not going to go into that too much. But what I wanted to talk about was something that built a little bit more confidence in the trade this morning than it did last night. I mean, even yesterday, we had an inside bar. Ideally, we had seen another gap down after the prior day's reversal bar, but we didn't. They keep upgrading the stock. It's providing liquidity, and it's providing them an exit point. Remember, when they upgrade and reaffirm and all this nonsense, this is not expecting a price target of 400 to get hit tomorrow or today or next week. It's 12 months. So does that mean the stock doesn't go down, it doesn't correct within the next 12 months? There's no profit taking? It's ridiculous. So that's the logic behind the trade for sticking with it, even though these banks continue to come out and do these upgrades, which is irritating as heck. But you need to take a look at it from a different perspective as well, and that is, despite all the upgrades, we had multiple upgrades this week. And when you take a look at a weekly chart, we're down on the week. So that to me is a tell. And every time they try to rally it, it gets rejected. Now, as I say this, believe me, I worry about jinxing myself and this being a commentary that results in the stock taking out the highs of the week. So I am not being cocky. I am not being overly zealous. I'm trying to be pragmatic and looking for reasons as to why we should remain in the trade with a instrument that deteriorates in value day after day, even if the stock moves slightly to the downside, because we have time decay, theta decay. So we respect it. We have about 52 days to expiration. So this morning, long story short, reason why I'm making this video is that I was tooling around with the raindrop charts. This is proprietary to Trendspider. And the significance of this is pretty serious. We saw the first raindrop chart here on the 20th. And before I move forward, what does a raindrop chart in blue mean? Or a raindrop candlestick? It implies indecision. It might as well be a doji star formation, a sign of indecision. And that a trend reversal is potentially at hand. And parenthetically, I put potentially. So what happened after we got our first blue doji? What do? We pulled back, retested weekly support, and then we bounced up higher. They defended it. Then on the 25th, they reversed it. What did we get? The upgrade. And even on this day here, the reversal day, we had multiple upgrades. Then here, yesterday, we had another blue doji that fired off. Again, this is a sign of indecision. So when you take these three candlesticks as a grouping, it implies that we're putting in a top here, potentially, parenthetically, potentially, we don't want to get cocky, the market, Mr. Market will make us pay, and that we could be getting ready for a move lower. What also has me optimistic on the trade is the fact that up volume yesterday really declined measurably. Now, as I drill down to a 45-minute chart, you could see that we have a Bollinger Band squeeze setting up here. We've been tightening up for a while. Now, I always say that when you get one of these squeezes that's setting up, the likelihood of a move to the upside highly correlated with the fact that the stock is in an uptrend. And vice versa. If it's in a downtrend, the probability of a move lower out of a Bollinger Band squeeze such as this is highly likely. So I'm not trying to paint a picture here on a daily chart that it's a guaranteed that we're going to move lower today or Friday, but it's a bit of optimism. And we're not simply resting on the fact that we have extreme overbought conditions on a weekly chart and to a certain extent remaining on a daily chart. We're looking at the price action because price action matters most. And of course, volume action. So what I'm hoping here is that we see a resolution to this Bollinger Band squeeze that is not consistent with the trend and that we get a shakeout. And if we get down into a, at this point, if they show us between 290 and 280 on APP, that's good enough for me to want to get liquid and go eat some turkey in peace. And then we look for other opportunities. We'll book profits and make them real. So that's the update on Apple 11. Thought I'd share it. Everybody have a profitable trading day. And if you're checking out for the holiday, have an awesome Thanksgiving. I'll talk to you soon. Be well.